right now. Um, so peace, peace, peace. Good evening. Welcome to the Moorish Science PodClass. I am your host tonight, Ladero Goss Ill of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam. Um, also, uh, outreach worker for One North Side, CP4P. Um, Unfortunately, our host is having some issues, so he won't be on stage tonight. But he's in the back rooms and he'll be monitoring the chat. So if you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the chat. We'd love to talk with you. Um, First and foremost, give honors to the Moorish Science Temple of America for allowing us to take the spirit of Noble Drew Ali, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and instill it in our voices so that people can hear Islam. Also, we want to give honors to our sponsors, Elevate TV, um, for allowing us to um, have this platform. Islam will be live on Roku TV right now. So, peace to the family out there in Roku TV land. Right. Now, but first and foremost, we want to introduce our guest, uh, Omar Dacres of One North Side, CP4P. Islam, peace and
Thank,
love, brother.
thank you for
Uh,
having me, D. Thank you.
for
Islam,
sure, for sure. I'll give you a brief introduction and then I'll let you, introduce yourself to people how you like Islam. But before that, I like to rise and give perfect praise to Allah, the the creator of all things, Islam, for allowing us to, be here for another day. Islam, give honors to all the Moorish Science Temple of America and its members, our viewers. Islam, honors to our forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Islam, honors to our prophet, Noble Jawali, Noble Ill, Noble Still. Islam. So with that being said, let's get it underway, big bro. Our main man, Omar Dacres. Um, has been in violence prevention for a couple of years now. Islam.
yes, yes,
Uh,
yes.
he is our only victims advocate, best victims advocate in the city of Chicago, bar none. Google it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So first, I mean, let's just get it on. Let's just get it into it, brother. Introduce yourself to the family, man.
Well, yes, sir. Thank you all for having me. Peace, brothers and sisters. Anybody who may be watching or is in the earshot of my voice. Thank you for having me. Thank God for another day. Peace and blessings. As brother Ladero said, I am a victims advocate for One North Side Violence Prevention Team. I am the head of violence prevention in that organization. And as he so adequately put it, I am the best one in the city, bar none. It's not just how I feel; it is a fact. Uh, a little bit about myself: I was um, I was given to my mother by God March 9th, 1986. I was born 1 pound 1 ounce, and it was a little rough start in the beginning. They told my mother that I would need 24-hour care, and I probably won't make my ninth or 10th birthday. And I used to just listen to that and hear. I didn't hear it because to me, he wasn't talking to me, or he wasn't talking about me. And one of my biggest, if not my biggest influence was, my family I grew up in. As you see, my flag behind me, my mother and grandmother, aunts are very, very Jamaican, and they told me never to take no for an answer. They always treated me like nothing was wrong with me because nothing was. Uh,
Right.
my brothers and I grew up watching pro wrestling, and we all had dreams, whether they admit it or not. We all had dreams of being pro wrestlers, and I would always tell them like one day I'm gonna be a pro wrestler. And my mom and grandma would tell me like, well, what if Vince McMahon don't come knocking at your door? I said, well, at least I'm gonna look like that. So
Tell
sports wasn't a thing because 95% of sports require running, and that was one of the things that I couldn't do at the time. I kind of still struggle with it now. So whatever I could do, I would do. Growing up with my brothers, Dante, Darrell, Orlando, we would always do push-ups. That we start the day like that, push-ups, 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 and it became like who could do the most. And I think one day, me and brother Darrell, we were going back and forth. We did 1,300 push-ups in one day,
Hmm.
and it just became commonplace. So then, as time went on, I got into school, and I found out that there's a class for like lifting weights. I'm like, we get grades for this, really?
Right. Hey,
So
shit.
I would, and I would legitimately, peace. I would legitimately cut class to go lift weights. I would not cut class to go skip or go hang out with nobody. I would cut class. I would cut like British literature and be in the weight room lifting weights.
Right.
It was just this thing that I feel like I'm good at it. So when I found that I was good at it, and if you know me, I want to be the best at whatever I'm putting my hands on.
That's
So I
right.
went on to the Paralympics and I set a world record for 665 on the flat bench, and still to this day that record has not been touched by anyone with a disability or quote unquote normal, if you will.
So that record's still standing to this day.
Still stands to this day.
All right.
First person to
All
do
right.
665 pounds under the 200-pound mark.
Tell-
I was 180 pounds when I accomplished that goal.
Okay. When did you do that?
Oh, that was back in oof. That's when the Olympics went to Rio de Janeiro. I didn't get selected. I was a Paralympic hopeful, but I did set the record, and
Mm,
I didn't get selected. I'm not gonna say I don't say why I didn't get. I don't know why I didn't get selected, but I didn't get selected to go.
right. It's all good though. It's all good. We got you.
Yes, sir.
You want a good team right now.
Oh yeah, the
All right.
best
So
is in
look,
the
bro.
city.
Tonight's show, man. And praise a lot, man, for you, man. You's a blessing, man, to everybody, man, that ever met you, bro. Real talk, man. I always hear a lot of good
Peace.
things about you, man. Everybody always got something good to say about you. Everybody's always asking about you, bro. So I know your spirit is good. You know what I mean? So, tonight's show, bro, we're gonna keep your spirits high, bro. We're gonna talk about the things that you love the most, man. We're just gonna try to inspire the people, man, and we're gonna talk to them a little bit about what it is to actually you know work out and be dedicated to working out, but also how important it is to take care of yourself for in regards to self-care. You know what I mean? The work that we do is it's a strenuous job, man. We see a lot of stuff. We see a lot of a lot of things that the everyday person may not get to witness, right?
That's very true.
And it sort of vicariously traumatizes us in certain aspects, and we need those things to do that would help us alleviate ourselves of that particular type of stress, right? And so, you know, being being that you work out religiously, you work out religiously, and
Hmm.
you're serious about it, and I know you're serious about it because I know I witness you every day. I come into work, bro. You tell me I just left the gym, or I'm heading to the gym. I at the gym this morning. I did this. I
Yes,
did
sir.
that. You know what I mean? And so I know it's really important to you. So just break down to the people, man. How important is it for us to maintain our health and um, in regards to like self care and whatever job that you may have,
Yes,
whatever
sir.
type of job you may have.
I follow you. Um, Fitness should be a part of your life. Like if you get up, just like how you get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, you get up, you pray, you get up, you make your bed. It should be a part of your daily routine. Simply because if you ever go to the doctor, the hospital, they'll tell you what they think is wrong with you, and then the first thing they'll tell you is change your diet and exercise. That's the first thing they're gonna tell
Mhm.
you. I don't care what's wrong with you. That's the first thing they're gonna tell you. Change your diet and exercise. So the reason why fitness it should be on a larger scale than it is because the body that is in motion stays in motion. You know, fitness is highly important due to the fact that the more you work out, the more you develop bone density, the more your cognitive sense is better because you have to count you have to count your reps. You have to make sure that your macros are on point. You have to take in a certain amount of water, and all of that keeps the body good and upright. Now, a lot of people think that, especially a lot of our young sisters out there, they'll tell you, "Oh, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to get too big or I don't want to look like a man." No, you get more results lifting weights than you would running on a treadmill or. And I'm not denigrating anybody's work, Pilates or yoga, whatever it is you do, because all of that does serve a grand purpose in the end result of everything. But never be afraid of the weights and never be afraid to sweat because it all does have a big impact on your physical body. You only get one body, and whether we know it or not, directly or indirectly, some of us are abusing our bodies by putting the wrong things into them, by not getting adequate sleep. And I'm preaching to the choir here because I don't get enough sleep because of this job that I have because we're always up and out. But you should always try to get it as much sleep as you possibly can. You should always try to eat the right things. And I mean, nobody's perfect. You pick one meal out of the week where we call it cheat meals. Get one cheat meal. It's okay to cheat a little bit.
All right, so
On your
I'm glad
meal.
you said that. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm glad you said that, right? Because um, let's just ask you the question that's running across the screen at the moment, right? So all
Hmm.
of the people can see, right? How do you define self care, and where's a great starting point? Because you were kind of getting into that already, so
Yeah,
let's just go there for a second.
I define self care as unplugging from the unplugging from the grand scheme of things and taking time out, stepping away from your daily routine for yourself, doing something out of the ordinary that makes you feel good. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else as long as it makes sense to you. That could be watching a movie, that could be going out to a certain restaurant, that could be going to a certain place. It doesn't have to, my self care doesn't look like the self care of anyone else's. So
Right,
you have to know when to step away to refuel and to recharge oneself.
right. So it's not always a go to the gym thing. It
No.
doesn't always have to be a go to the gym thing. It's basically what you're saying. I mean, like you said, you preach to
Yeah.
the choir.
See, but
But we're talking to an audience, so
yes, sir.
for those
That's
of
my
us that
see. Exercising is my thing. That's my self care.
right,
Someone else's self care may be crocheting, knitting, cooking,
exactly.
whatever. Do what makes you feel good. Do what puts you at a balance. And never look at someone else's thing and say, well, they do this. No. What do what feels good to you? What makes
Right,
sense to
right.
you? And the biggest part of self care is taking the time out of the rat race that we all call life and looking into yourself and asking yourself some questions. What makes me happy or why am I putting this thing off to the side? Because us as people, we tend to procrastinate with ourselves. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll take that trip next time. No, take that trip now.
Hmm.
Take that trip now. Step away now. Go to that concert now. Your children will be okay. Step away. If even for a couple hours a day, 30 minutes, step away. If you got to go to the car, drive around the block, listen to some music, unplug, de stress.
It's mandatory, man. It's mandatory, man. I think as a community, especially in the quote unquote low income community, you know what I mean, where
Hmm.
a lot of our counterparts are, I think unplugging is vital because we all go through our ups and downs, our back flips and front flips, you know what I mean, and
Hmm.
sometimes it's just needed to just have that moment alone, that moment of silence or solace. You know what I mean? So that you can recharge and regroup, regenerate your thoughts. You know what I mean?
Of
Um,
course.
and you know, I've you know, I've been in places where, oh man, I think I need a break, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And you know, I like basketball and stuff like that, man. But sometimes I'm not able to get to the gym. I'm not able to go and pick the ball up and do things like that. But I have, I got a little space in my office where I can, work out a little bit, push ups, calisthenics type of thing, and um, at the end of the day, I think because health is so important, right? I think even in a time where you can't actually do the thing that you love to do, right? Which maybe go to the movies and maybe listen to some music, right?
hmm
But I think working out, if even if it's just calisthenics, even if it's just stretching, it alleviates a lot of stress that you may have
it
from
does.
whatever the cause of the stress is, right? Just the 15 minutes of exercise can like really, help you out, man. So,
I
in
have a
regard, yeah, go ahead.
I have a little saying that I always say, and people always, I started working out to change my mind. The muscles came later. I
Yeah,
didn't start this from muscle. I started this to clear my mind, and then muscles just popped up. That just happened. I think we have a question.
yeah. The question is revolving around consistency. You know what I mean? Like,
hmm
how would you get like someone to begin an exercise regimen or whatever the case may be, um, on a consistent basis? What would be some advice you would give to people?
Well, I won't. I wouldn't make it like what we with us when we were kids. Like I told you myself, me and my brothers when we were younger. It started off as a game. Like we'd be watching TV and there's a game we played called commercial. Like be watching TV, commercial came on. See how many push-ups you can do until your show comes back on. And we
Mhm.
might lose that now because everything's being streamed. But I may be showing my age, but but yeah, that's what you got to kind of make it a game. So like when I was at work, before I came to this job, I used to work in the gym and I was a personal trainer for like 10 years. I would always play this little game. Like every time I go to the bathroom, do 10 pull-ups, and I drink like a gallon of water a day. So you can imagine how often I was visiting the bathroom. But every time you go to the bathroom, do 10 pull-ups, and like I always tell female clients that I used to have, well, if you at work, go to the bathroom, do 10 squats. Where am I going to do that? Well, you in the bathroom already. Do 10 squats. You already in the bathroom. Don't make it work, because when you make it work, then it becomes hard, then it becomes tedious, and then nobody wants to do it. There's no such thing as hard work. It's just hard, and people. There's no such thing as hard work. It's just work. People make work hard.
Hmm.
There's no such thing as hard work. It's just work.
But
People make work hard.
yeah, I think the problem with a lot of people though is like being consistent, right? Because
hmm
we do go to the bathroom consistently. I'm pretty sure everybody goes to the bathroom, a few times a day, right?
hmm
But that may not be enough, right? But
Right.
you got to start somewhere. So they say consistency crowns thee with honor, right? And so with that being said, repetition of something, or practice, right? It becomes sort of second nature. So,
Yes.
and I understand where you're going. I understand where you're going, but like, if you can like explain, like, say we talking to one of your clients, right? You just got a client at the gym,
Yes, sir.
and they have a hard time, getting to the gym on a consistent basis. Like, what would be something that you would recommend them do so that they can continue, or they can not feel like they're missing out on their regimen. So they can't get to the gym on Monday and Wednesday, but they do have maybe about 30 minutes of free time at home on those same days. Like, what would you tell them to get them to?
I would always tell them that every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. So if you miss the gym and you can't go and hit those machines that you wanted to hit, or you can't go to the free weight area, do a little bit of exercising at home. Especially like like I said, when I was dealing with brothers and sisters who wanted to lose weight, I would take them to the mall with me, and we'd buy something that we know wasn't their size. When we fit into this, then we know we've hit our goal.
Mm.
So it's something that you gotta you when you set a goal, you know the goal already that you set. You gotta then from that point work the steps that get you to said goal. The coming up with a goal is not hard. Taking the steps towards completing the goal is the hard part. And how fitness will help your mental health is that to step away from everything and put your headphones on, and it's so therapeutic. It's on another level. It really is. And people think that it's just about. I mean, people take fitness and they turn it into content and they've made a living from it, and that's fine. But for me, that's not what fitness is. Fitness starts in here first.
Mm-hmm.
Starts in here first. It's not from here. It starts in here first. Where you, like I said, you have to then take it seriously to the point where if nothing else is working out, I guarantee you working out is working out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nothing else is working out. Go work out.
So, like, because we've had several conversations, and you've even offered me some things, you know, and exercise in the exercise world, right? To do, just to like, eat better so that I can,
Mhm.
feel a little better, have a little bit more energy, things of that nature, right? So,
Yes, sir.
how important is intake
What you put in your body is
far as
extremely
as far
important.
as mental health, um, as far as self care?
When you
How
say
important
intake,
is intake, like your foods, like what the foods that you eat, things of that nature?
well, here's the thing: the things that you eat, oh, they play a very, very important. They have a very, very strong effect on how you feel. There's a thing called it escapes me, but there's a thing. It's called like well, basically to put it in layman terms, you are what you eat.
Right.
Certain foods like take like type 2 diabetes, it is extremely reversible, but they'll give you a million pills and tell you have to take this pill, you have to take that pill. No, you don't. I'm a type 2 diabetic. The Daryl, you in the office with me all the time.
Yeah.
I had my fair share of Twinkies. You understand what I'm saying? And type 2 diabetics are not supposed to even look at a Twinkie, but I've taken the steps to know that everything is at a cost. Like, yeah, you want that Twinkie, but that Twinkie is 150 push-ups.
Mm,
Is it worth it?
mm,
You want that Swiss roll, but it's 75 squats. Is it worth it?
mm,
If it's not worth it to you, go and have a spring roll. If it's not worth it to you, have some brown rice and vegetables. But what you
mm-hmm.
put in your body, you're gonna pay for it later if it is in fact a bad food, a quote unquote quote bad food.
Right.
Hmm.
So, um, I'm not a health like junkie or guru at that, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, we do have our conversations. But at this particular point, I don't know what a macros is. So, and the brother's asking what are macros and how do you track them. I don't want to sound like I don't know what I'm talking
Okay.
about. But at the end of the
Track,
day, man, fill me in.
tracking your macros is just a fancy way of saying like keeping track of like your calorie or your caloric intake. See,
Oh, okay,
everybody
a little
who's
fancy word for that, huh? Okay,
yeah,
I see.
yeah, it's a
You
fancy
help.
word to like counting your calories and like things of that nature. Like clinically, I'm 5'1", I'm 200 pounds. Clinically, I'm quote unquote like obese, but I am not.
No, not at all.
You have to step away from those cookie cutter diagnoses.
Mm,
No two people are the same. So I would never give two different people. I never give the same program to two people because they're not the same people. They have different aspirations. They have different goals, and even if they have the same goals, they're not the same height. They're not the same weight. They're not counting the same macros. No, it's not the same thing. What may work for Ladero doesn't work for Omar. It doesn't.
Exactly. Right.
And
Right.
and in that same idea process, never compare yourself to anybody else because they look a certain way and you don't. You just haven't put in enough work yet. Like it's like with myself, I don't like I tell my kids, I don't make excuses for my children because I don't make excuses for myself. I've never lost at anything. I just ran out of time.
Mhm.
It's just your
Great way
mindset
to
and
look
how you
at it.
see things.
That's right.
So it all
That's
starts
right.
here first. If you change the way you look at things, things will change the way they look at you.
Interesting. So, so with all of that, like at the end of the day, you are how old again?
I am 39 years old. Inshallah, I make 40 next month.
Right, right. We definitely gonna celebrate with you, beloved. Um, so as a 39-year-old brother, right,
Hmm.
bro, you said earlier that you don't even supposed to be here, bro. Like,
No,
but it's a blessing that you are here, right?
thank
So
you.
for other people, like, I'm pretty sure you're inspiring other people to do some of the same things that you do to get themselves out of, whatever type of mental situation that they may have. You just that type of brother, right?
Yeah.
But give us, give the people a, give the people some backstory, man, on like some of your greatest inspiration, man. I heard you talking a bit earlier, man. We talked about Tookie Williams and other lifters, from that era that was inspiring. You know what I mean? So just
Yeah.
just kind of like give us a little bit of inspiration as far as what led you into being who you are.
Well, um, at first, and at first, I thought that I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought I was cursed because this didn't happen to any of my brothers, didn't happen to any of my
Excuse
cousins, my sisters, didn't happen to anybody. It just happened to me. And for a long time, I had a I had a bone to pick with God. I had a bone to pick with my mother. I was mad at myself. So I kind of fell into somewhat of a small depression. And I don't
me.
even think that I was aware of it. I was just angry all the time. And I was just like, one day you wake up and you just get like, I'm not gonna say tired of it, but you decide to make a change. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, we're gonna do something different now. You know what I mean? We're gonna find something to be happy about. Everybody has something to be happy about. If you if you made the list, and when I say if you made the list, if the creator woke you up this morning, you made the list. There's another chance. You have option every day you wake up with options and opportunities. Use your options to make the best of your opportunities. Do not fall by the wayside of social media or what you see celebs doing. I mean, just at the risk of sounding cliche, there's not a life that is better than yours.
Hmm.
Your life is in fact yours to live, and we all have the same 24 hours. We all have a talent that makes us unique and different. All we have to do is find our niche and tap into it. Whatever your niche may be, and it doesn't have to, like I said earlier, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone but you. Fitness is my thing. I've gone and I've done and I've made I've done speeches for kids with the same condition that I have, and you run into some parents and they'll tell you that, oh, I'm gonna make sure nothing ever happens to him. Nothing's ever gonna happen for him. You have to let him grow up. You have to let him fall. How else will he learn how to get up? Because the harsh reality of it is, as parents, we all love our children, but we're not all gonna be here forever.
True that.
We're not. So we have to prepare our children for what may come next, and pray for strength for what may come your way, but prepare them for what's coming. I have 5 other siblings. No one was gonna coddle me or baby me. It wasn't gonna happen. Plus, I was the oldest one. So I mean, I say all that to say that you know tomorrow is brighter than today. Never fall too deep into anything, or if you're in something, don't stay in it too long. If you're down in the muck, at some point you have to stand up and wipe yourself off. Don't stay
Yeah.
down in it too long.
So where because it seems like you have inspiration that comes from a lot of different places. But who are some of the people that inspired you though?
Uh, my family, man. My family is none like no one, none like anyone else's. My family is unique because we are extremely different than everybody else. Um, we've learned from, I've learned from the beginning in my 39 years of circling the sun that we all we have. We all we have, and to grow up, to grow up and be a Dakers is like the outside world can't do anything to you because it's hard growing up in the house. We're gonna crack jokes, we're gonna make fun of you, we're gonna laugh at you, but it's all gonna be within the confines of love, and we're gonna prepare you for the outside world.
Right.
In my house, I wasn't disabled. It's only when I started going to school. How long have you been disabled? I looked at them like they were speaking Chinese. Like, I ain't disabled. I can do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not disabled at my grandma's house when it's time to clean up. No, I'm not disabled. Now there's some things are hard for me, but I'm not disabled. And I think certain words that people use, you have to be careful with that. Like to call to label someone something, to call them disabled or no, they just have trouble with certain things. They're not disabled. It's very dismissive to refer to people in those kind of contexts. It's not right.
Right.
So be careful with like what you say to people, and again, be careful what you allow people to say to you. I always tell people to watch your diet, and they always think I'm talking about food. No, be careful of what you watch. Be careful of what you listen to. Be careful of what you ingest. Now, I mean, take music for instance. I like all kinds of music, but I have a 17-year-old daughter, and sometimes she wakes up and I don't want to hear King Von at 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't. It's too early. I know. I heard the crazy story already. Find something else to listen to. Like, because no, but honestly, because those things become repetition, and
Yeah.
anything that I always tell people that repetition always beats talent any day of the week. Somebody could be good at something, but the person that practices that thing will always beat the person that's good at that thing.
Hmm.
Repetition beats talent any day of the week. So if you're gonna have something that's gonna be repetitive, always have it be something positive. Like try to listen to something else. I always tell her do something else. Oh, my
Yeah.
friends, that's nice, but do something else.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my biggest influences are uh my mother, my aunts, my grandmother, my brother Darrell, Dante, my brother Orlando. We grew up very, very tight knit, and I've learned something from each of those men, be it positive or negative. I've learned something from each of those men that made me a better man today. I have this thing I always say that I didn't start walking until I was 10 years old, so they walked for me before I could walk for myself, and I'll always love
Right.
them for that.
Right. Right. Good brothers too, man. Real
Yeah,
good brothers.
I love them all.
Dante, Dante, that's my man. And Darrell, boss man, that's my guy, man. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And I'm pretty sure things that you've, you know, shared with me, in the office, man, we'll leave that in the office, but I'm pretty sure y'all had a wild ride, fam. You
yeah,
know?
peace, peace.
But all in love though. All in love, man. All in
Always,
every
always.
time I'm around y'all, man, it's all love. You know what I mean? Um,
It has to be, and
yeah,
I think our best medicine as a family is laughter.
yeah, yeah.
We've always found a way to smile through the rough stuff.
You
Always
always
found a way.
man, you need a job doing stand up somewhere, man. You always keep us cracking up in our bro. Always, man.
Yeah,
Always.
for everybody who's listening, the Daryl thinks I'm like missing my calling. He thinks I should be a stand-up comedian,
Yeah, man, you play too much.
and I always tell him, stand up. That's gonna hurt my feet. I'll be a sit-down comedian, and he always thinks that's the funniest thing in the world.
Uh, You silly, bro.
I'm
But look,
just
man, you know, at the end of the day, man, you yourself to me, bro, is an inspiration, man. You know what I mean? Like the the stuff that I've heard, you know, um, and just to be clear, man, the things that I've witnessed, bro, is just inspirational, man, when it comes to you and what you bring to our team, man. You know, like the other day, man, it's just like it's not like I've never seen you do this before, right? But just to see you do it, bro, is just like it's crazy to me, bro. But you walk up those stairs, bro, to work.
hmm
Like, come on, bro. It's an elevator, like around the corner. Let me get the elevator for you, bro. Nah, I'm cool.
nah.
You got it. And I'm standing there watching you come up the stairs, bro. Like, no complaint. Stop a second, then you get right back to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's just always like you never show me any defeat. You know what I mean? You never show me that like you need anything. You know what I'm saying? And we always there for you, bro. Like you
Yeah,
don't gotta do nothing, bro. We want to carry you, bro. You know that, right?
yeah.
Like one's carry you, bro. It's been done. You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, bro, like you's one of the biggest inspirations I know at the moment, bro. So big ups to you, man. Shout out to you, bro.
Thank you. I always feel like you know you have to be you have to be the message that you bring. So
No,
if you look at like the team, and I'm again not calling out anybody's work or however they do things. I don't think that canvassing is a requirement for a victims advocate. You don't get a lot of victims advocates who canvass. I canvass with the best of
no, you canvas. You be out
them.
there with us.
I canvass with the best
Hit
of
the
them.
streets. Go
No,
right there.
because how does it look? I mean, how would it look if I'm a victims advocate and I don't know I don't know what's going on in the areas where victims may be, and maybe a victim, and maybe somebody being shot later on in that area or hurt later on in that area, and I could have been out there, I could have canvassed, but I didn't because that's not my job. No, everything is my job. Everything is there's a group effort. We're a team of 10 men. We have to do everything. We don't have the luxury of slacking off or falling back.
True that. True that.
CBI work is very very stringent. It's very very strenuous, and you have to have thick skin to do this job. You do.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
always tell people that pick up your ID. If you pick up your ID right now, it doesn't feel so heavy, does it?
Hmm.
Your work ID, pick it up. It's not heavy. It doesn't feel that heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Pick that joker up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Pick it up
Hmm.
at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's the heaviest thing in the world
Mm-hmm.
because you have to put that around your neck. You have to put strength around your neck, discipline around your neck, and you have to find the will to move your feet when the rest of the world is sleeping. You have to get up, go out, and work, and be there for someone in the middle of the most traumatic experience in their life.
Yeah, man. Crazy tough, bro. So man, big ups to you, beloved. Um, not to mention, we hit the streets too, man. But for you, it's just, bro, it's amazing to watch you work. You know what I mean? It's amazing to watch you work, bro. And just knowing that you are doing a job that countless other brothers and sisters may have, but you do your job the best of the best. You know what I mean? And to see you do it, bro. Again, bro, it's inspirational, and it gives us all a little bit of resolve, to know that the job. I'm speaking from a teammate. It gives us a little bit of resolve to know that you on top of the job, bro. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, it's like when it comes to our job, it's a very strenuous and it's a sticky job at times. We
It
we
is.
see some of the things that you know the everyday uh, uh, individual may not want to see. But as far as you know, um, self care goes and living a healthy lifestyle, um, what could be some? What are some of the distractions that you've had to endure over the time of being a victim's advocate, and you know what I mean? Like, what are some of the things that may have kind of been a bump in the road for you?
Uh, Sleep and lack thereof
Yeah, right.
is the biggest part of it, because your sleep schedule is not like everybody else's. Certain
Yeah.
people know, they know what time they're going to go to sleep. They know what time they're going to wake up, and that is actually good for the body, to have your body in routine, to have your body on a schedule. Being a outreach worker, especially on the north side, I know that there's this big belief system or stigma that there's not a lot of violence on the north side. I'm here to tell anybody who can hear me, they're wrong.
Wrong.
They're wrong.
Right. Dead
They're
wrong.
they're
Excuse the
wrong. So
pun. No pun intended.
because I'll tell you that my first my first year in this job, I used to be at the office just like
Man.
nodding off, and people used to tell me like, you just had a shooting that was like that shooting was like 4 in the morning. Why are you here? Because I'm supposed to be. See, you have to take the idea of like everything's supposed to be sunshine and lollipops. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Take the idea of like the world owes you something, and start locking into your duties. Everybody has duty. If you lock into your duties, everything then becomes second nature. Work becomes second nature. Like I said, work is no longer hard. It's just work. People make work hard. So one of my biggest drawbacks has been like lack of sleep, or you're not always able to get the best meal because you're out.
Yeah.
You're out,
Yeah.
and
Man, doggone hoagies and all that stuff.
yeah,
K.
shout out to Uptown, the deli in Uptown that we go to. Shout out to those boys. And I think they got the best panini in the city. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I always try to make the best decision. I always take the lesser of, you know, the lesser of the wrongs, because if there's nothing but McDonald's around, you know, stay away from that Big Mac. Have a McChicken or something.
Stay away from that too, bro. But yeah, man, yeah, you're right, man. Eating, is a big thing, man. And you gotta eat right, man. Gotta maintain a healthy lifestyle while we on this plane of existence, man. Um, it's vital, man. I think you gave me, I believe, uh, like a what was it? It was like a little, yeah, you just spelt my name out or something like that, bro. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it's called the alphabet.
That, bro,
The
that's crazy.
alpha
That's
bet.
crazy. I got a long name, son.
And for those who don't know what that is a list of course, the alphabet. Each letter has a workout that goes to it. So I just told the Daryl, like, we're gonna start right here. And he's like, what's this? And he's just like, oh, okay, well, just spell your name. He's like, man, you know what you know how many letters in my name? I was like, listen, go through them. And
Yeah,
once
serious too, bro.
yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, but I think that is a great place to start for everybody who, I mean, for everybody who's trying to begin their fitness journey and their health and wellness journey. Um, Never forget how important water is. I always hear some people say like, "I don't like water because it doesn't have a taste." What?
Right.
It's water. Like, you need water. You have to drink water. And I think it's very disheartening that a lot of diseases are hereditary in the black and brown communities. Hypertension is hereditary. If your mother had it, then you're most likely gonna have it. If uh, if your father was a type 2 diabetic, you're most likely gonna be a type 2 diabetic. I think that is not a fact. I think if you change the way that you eat opposed to the way your mother was eating or your father was eating, you're not gonna be a diabetic. They
You can alleviate yourself for those issues.
exactly
Yeah.
they contracted those diseases based off diet. And like I said, there's nothing that's irreversible. Everything can be reversed. And I'm not gonna sit here like I have all the answers or no, I don't. But the steps in the right direction. Don't eat those things, or a lot of people go months and months without having a piece of fruit.
Mm.
Like no fruit.
Right.
How do you do that? But they
That's
they have
crazy, bro.
candies and cakes, and I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said in the beginning of this, I've had my fair share of Twinkies, but have some fruit. And you don't want your children to pick up bad habits. You don't want that cycle to continue. Be an example. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your children or your grandchildren, because children see everything and their eyes are like sponges. They absorb everything they see.
Right.
So be
You right about that. My
so
grandbaby
be
is
be the
definitely a
example.
sponge.
Be the example for sure.
Yeah, definitely got to be the example, bro. Definitely got to be the example, bro. So, like, what advice would you give someone that's new to fitness? You know what I mean? Like,
If
just straight off the back, some simple stuff.
if you're new to fitness, just start slow. Start slow. Start with arm circles and set a small goal for yourself every day. Set small, achievable goals, because fitness is like a ripple effect. You ever throw a rock and see the ripples? The ripples start out real small, and then they get bigger, and then they get bigger, and they get bigger. Baby steps make big moves. So if you start making the small little steps to the right direction, like let's say you get up and you say, today I'm going to do 10 arm circles, or today I'm going to do 10, you know, I'm going to do 10 sit-ups, or you don't even have to do those full military push-ups. You could start doing push-ups from the knees. I don't have a fitness name for it, but in layman terms, they call them girl push-ups, whatever that means. But start doing those. Start something small. Start with something that you can achieve, and then from that point, work your way up. And the best thing you could do is block out the noise. Don't pay attention to what anyone else is doing. Focus on self, because it is care of oneself. It is self care. It's not care of any celebrity. I'm not gonna call any names or anything, because that's just not my style. But don't pay attention to anyone else and what they're doing, because they have the means and the income and surgeries or what have you. We don't have that luxury. All we have is the bodies that the Creator gave us and our will to be different. And in some cases, that's all you need. You don't need much more than that.
Hmm. Talk to him.
That's
Talk
all
to
you
him.
really need.
That's right.
So the only thing you should compare yourself to is how you started to where you are. That's success. Success is not how much money you have. Success is not where you live or your status. If you're doing better now than you were before, then you're very successful. And you got to know when you got to be smart enough to know when your dream is coming true, but you got to be humble enough to know when you're a part of someone else's dream.
Yeah, make a lot of sense. Make a lot of sense. It definitely got to come from your. Definitely got to come from your side of the heart. You know what I mean? It's got to be. Got to come from your heart, and it can't be. And it can't stem or it can't originate from somebody else's thought or
No,
something that's in somebody else's heart. Yeah, so
no,
I definitely understand where you're coming from, beloved. You know what I mean?
that's
And
exactly what he. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say real briefly though. Um, even with me, even with myself, I don't work out as much as I want or as much as I should, but um, I know the importance of it, and so I just try to stick it in there somewhere, and anywhere I can, so I at least feel good about myself, even if it's just doing 50 push-ups. You know what I mean? Before
There
I
you
go to,
go.
you know what I mean? Do 50 push-ups before I get in the shower or something like that.
There you
Just
go.
something that's gonna keep me going. Yeah. So yeah, man.
And pull inspiration from those around you. I do it every day with the brothers that we work with. Brother Adrian, Zarel,
Yeah. So
brother Isaac. I pull, brother Rolando. brother Khalil, all the brothers that we work with, Khalil, everybody. I try to learn something from everyone because everyone has something to offer. Don't ever feel like you can't. Well, I can't learn nothing from this person. No, then you don't really need to be around that person. You need to then change your circle because everyone has something to offer you. Everyone has an experience you can learn from. So pull pull your resources and ask those around you. Always ask. Don't ever be afraid to ask. I think the
Yeah, man, big
hardest thing.
ups to those guys too, man. Big up to the team, man.
Oh, I love
Big
my
ups to the
brother.
team, man. Yeah,
I
for
love
sure,
my
man.
brother.
Big ups to the team, man. Real good group of guys, man.
Solid.
You know, uh, we just at the end of the day, man, we're just really trying to extend our vibe, man, to the neighborhoods that we serve.
Hmm.
Just thinking about the team, man, and all of the things that we've come together to create. Big ups to Khalil Cromwell, man, lead outreach, bro. Real good, solid dude, man. Created our financial literacy program, man. It's been going on for a while now. I think 2 years strong now, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct, um, you know, get a $200 stipend for completion of the class. Brother gives out uh, credit repair um,
Information.
information and helps people with their credit. Brother is well versed in the stock market. Um, we talk about the SP and all that all the time, bro. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, man. Big ups to that guy, man. Big ups to Adrian, bro. Adrian Martinez, man, came up with the whole tattoo removal program, bro. You know what I'm saying? Inspirational with that too. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
Brothers coming home, man. They got tattoos that they don't want anymore, man. It's gonna keep them out of trouble, man. Uh,
I'm
you
gonna see
know, and wants to remove it for free, bro. Dig that. You know what I mean?
this.
He's actually talking to one of my participants, man, and helping him get some tattoos off his face, man. So, big ups to Adrian, man, with the whole tattoo removal program, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, big ups to all our team, man. Ace with the whole employment demonstration, man, getting brothers jobs and things of that nature, helping them get their stuff back in order, man. You know what I mean? Uh, man, yeah, man, we got a good group of guys, man. You know what I'm
We got a
saying?
rock. We got a rock solid team. You got brothers like Brothers Real, our program
Yeah,
man.
man.
I mean, man, I grew up with that brother, and I've seen that brother make a grand transition from when we were young men to us now being fathers and grown men. I've learned a lot from him.
Yeah, solid dude, man. Real
Yeah,
solid
about
dude.
about being a father, about this CVI work. I learned a lot from Zarel. I mean, another shout out to my brother Darrell Dacres, who's also taught me a lot about street outreach. He's elected official, district council. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's a team like ours at all. I don't think there's another
Nah,
team.
man, we're a unique group of guys, man.
Like,
We're a unique group of guys, man. You
you
know what I
know,
mean?
we're a league of extraordinary gentlemen for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Big shout out, man. Big ups to our violence prevention team, man. Northside, Rogers Park,
Yeah,
Uptown, man. Yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir.
all surrounding areas, all of them,
Yeah, for sure, right? All the surrounding
all the
areas,
surrounding areas.
especially for you, bro. You be all the way over there about Waveland, bro. Like, what are you doing over there?
Hey, it comes across my desk. Come
Yeah,
on.
man. We got to touch down. Yeah, man. So with that being said, bro, we got a few more minutes. We can chop it up, bro. Um, again, man, big ups to our team, man. Big ups to all the teams at One North Side, man. From housing all the way to, you know, to education, bro. Yeah. At the end of the day, man, it's a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure to have you on, bro. You know what I mean?
Don't
I think
mind,
it
man.
was a real good conversation. I hope the viewers, you know what I mean, got a lot out of this. Hopefully they can take some pieces of this and use it in their lives, you know what I mean, as inspiration, not only for, themselves to get into the gym or to, even to work out on their own, but, to start eating healthier. I mean, start taking better care of themselves, whether if it's, just taking the time out, on your stressful day and just doing something you enjoy or whatever the case may be, man. So
I
I
think
really
we could definitely take
appreciate
a
you coming
question or
on,
two.
bro.
We got a couple of minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I don't think we. I got a question for you though, bro. I got a question for you though, bro. So most people think lifting weights is about, building muscle or whatever, but the real work happens like in recovery, right? And
Hmm.
so like you never if you never rest, hydrate, or you never stretch, you sort of break down, you know, instead of building up, if you can understand what I'm saying, right?
Of course.
And so like what does recovery look like in your life after, like, for you, like after you had a long workout or a long day? I mean, we're not talking about self care right now. We're talking about
Right.
recovery, right? Because after you lifting, because like I said, I lift too. I mean, I play ball or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So after I lift, I get a little tired, muscles get a little, you know.
I see across the screen how important is recovery. Recovery is 80% of exercise. Recovery is the biggest component of exercise. A lot of people don't know this because when you are working out, you make small micro tears in your muscles, and when they
Mm,
repair, they become stronger. And if at any point you become sore, one of my biggest secrets is pineapple. Pineapple has a chemical in it called bromelain, and bromelain is an anti-inflammatory that they're starting to use in other areas of physical medicine. But recovery is extremely important. Don't wait for your body to tell you that you need a rest. Take a rest day.
take a rest day. So with that being said, I'm gonna chime us out of here, fam. I like to uh I like to read out of our Quran. You know what I mean? Right.
Hmm.
But the show is at its peak, and we about to tap out. Islam. So with that being said, I'm just gonna get right into it. Give me 1 second.
And on another note, please keep your eyes open, ladies and gentlemen. To Brother Ladero's Facebook, he'll have all information to all of our lightning nights and upcoming events. Please come on out, be a part, and just witness the work that we do.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Come on, y'all. What we doing here? All right. Couple more minutes, and we finna take us out of here. So
Peace.
I like to end off our meetings with this. Out of our Holy Quran and the Moorish Science Temple of America, divinely declared by the noble prophet, noble Drew Ali, Islam, uh, chapter 25, a holy covenant of the Asiatic nation, Islam. Ye are the children of one father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother hath given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when you separated in the world, remember the relation that binded you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all, and your love to each other. Islam. With that being said, I'm going to close this out. Peace and love. Gratitude to our sponsors, Elevate TV on the Roku network, and gratitude to our brother Omar Dacres for joining us for this discussion. So with
Peace
that
and
being
love.
said,
Peace and love, brothers
peace
and
and
sisters.
love.
Peace be upon
Glad
you
to
all.
have you, brother. Oh, honest to our host too, Kendrick Ill, Islam.
Yes.
Wasn't able to join us on the screen today, but he's definitely here in the back room, especially in spirit, keeping the podcast going strong. Islam. So
Gratitude.
honest to that brother and all of his work in the back office. Islam. Again, peace and love to all of the viewers, and we out. Peace.